President Trump ended his last full day in the White House by handing out pardons and commutations, about 70 of each, but he didn't pardon himself. There are some notable names on this list, though. Former campaign strategist Steve Bannon, who's charged with defrauding donors out of millions of dollars, got a full pardon. That staves off federal charges, but doesn't preclude state prosecutors in New York from filing charges against Bannon. The president commuted the prison sentence of former Detroit Mayor Kwame Kilpatrick as well. He served approximately 7 years for his role in a racketeering and bribery scheme while he held office. Now, Lil Wayne made the cut too, getting a presidential pardon for possession of a firearm and ammunition by a convicted felon. You know who is not on this list, though? That would be one Joe Exotic. His team had a stretch limo parked outside the prison and everything in the event he was included. But if you want to look at that full list, we have it up for you on khou.com. That's also where you can watch the president's farewell address, in which he said he is truly proud of what we have achieved together over his 4 years in office.
This week, we inaugurate a new administration and pray for its success in keeping America safe and prosperous.
At 8 a.m. Eastern, that's 7 Houston time, the president and first lady will depart the White House for Florida. There's going to be a send-off of sorts at Joint Base Andrews, but Vice President Pence says he is not going to be there since he is going to be attending the inauguration later. And congressional GOP leaders Kevin McCarthy and Mitch McConnell are skipping it too to attend Mass with President-elect Biden ahead of the inauguration.
It's time for The Why, where we dig into the biggest stories and give you the story behind the story. This morning, it's all about Inauguration Day, but the question is, why January 20th? The short answer, the Constitution of the United States of America. The 20th Amendment, Section 1 states the terms of President and Vice President shall end at noon on January the 20th. The long answer is more complicated. So why the 20th? Why not the end of the month or the 19th or maybe even February? Well, Inauguration Day actually used to be on March 4th. The framers of the Constitution wanted to allow enough time after Election Day for officials to gather election returns and for newly elected candidates to actually travel to the Capitol. But then modern advances in communication and transportation happened. Lawmakers pushed for change, as they do, and the 20th Amendment was ratified in 1933. Then, on January 20th, 1937, FDR became the first U.S. president sworn into office in January. And that's the why when it comes to Inauguration Day being on January 20th. And we are your source for all things inauguration. Today, we're covering the events on the air, online on khou.com, and on our social media pages, as well as our KHOU 11 app. We'll also bring you a full recap on the KHOU 11 news at 10.